What's up, channel? I'm Ryan Tala, and today we will be talking about the Monk Mode Challenge. So, what is the Monk Mode Challenge? The Monk Mode Challenge is a 30-day challenge that goes over, it's kind of like one of those strict life routine challenges, and that's pretty much it. It's a strict life routine. It takes out it's supposed to take out the what's it called, like devices. So basically, like, take devices out and make you a more strict and resilient person. Basically, why should you do the Monk Mode Challenge? You should do the Monk Mode Challenge because um it'll help you achieve your dreams, and it'll help you self-actualize. I like to connect a lot of these ideas to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Your typical Maslow's hierarchy of needs starts with psychological safety, belongingness and social connection, as well as your esteem, and then finally you self-actualize. So yeah, that's pretty much how to connect those two ideas. And the reason it gets you closer to your self-actualization is because it looks at all these factors. I don't think it particularly gets to safety, just because safety is one of those things that um that's a more physical stance. But I would argue that if you're, if you're in a good spot psychologically, then obviously definitely you can definitely you can definitely feel more safe if you're in a good spot psychologically. So, and don't quote me on that. I'm kind of getting these sources. I'm doing these sources as I'm going, so I'm kind of learning with you guys. And yeah, once you get to say social and belongingness, then you have your self-esteem, because if you belong, then obviously your esteem can be formed through you being around people. That's kind of how you get your self-esteem. Like, you get your self-esteem whenever you go to I always say you get your self-esteem whenever you go to school as a child, and then you put yourself together. You kind of That's how you learn to dictate whether you're someone of value or not, and everyone's of value, obviously. But that can be swung in different places while you're in school, just because without certain friends or certain factors. But let's actually just get back to the Monk Mode Challenge, because this is the monk mode routine. Wake up at 5 a.m., morning meditation, stretch routine. At 6 a.m., you start to get ready. You do some start your daily work for 2 hours. Then then you do a second stretch routine at 9 a.m. Then at 10 a.m., you meditate again. At 11, you go back to more and solid hours of work. Then you eat a meal at 1 to 2 p.m., your only meal of the day. So only meat is allowed. So in these strict routines, let me kind of I can't actually show you guys. I'm gonna see if I can maybe edit it in something, but for now, I'm just gonna kind of keep it going, keep it cruising. Uh, So every day, so basically, once you get to your meals, you get your meals at 1 a.m. 1 to 2 p.m., you can relax and relax to digest the food. 3 p.m., you stretch again. 4, you do 2 more hours of work. At 7, you meditate. At 8, you go to bed. So you get 6 hours of solid work, 3 meditation sessions, 3 stretching sessions, 1 meal, following a low calorie meal, and or a calorie zero carbs diet, which I don't personally know about, but we'll keep diving into this, because I'm gonna do the Monk Mode Challenge myself, and I'm just gonna take you guys along with me. So more details is what not to do during the Monk Mode Challenge. You have your carbohydrates. It's also no fap, so it's just one of those things that they don't want you to fap or anything like that. and there's no alcohol, there's no mood altering drugs, there's no marijuana. I don't think most people are gonna get into this kind of stuff, but you never know. Caffeine is not allowed, tea is allowed, passive media consumption, TV, video games, and podcasts is not allowed. What's it called? Sexual intercourse is not allowed either. And that's just one of those things that, it's pretty sad. Not mandatory, but it's highly recommended. And any other facets of dopamine rewarding activities. So to connect it back, so you're basically working hard. Let's go back up here. You get 6 hours of solid work. So in those 6 hours of solid work, depending on what you consider your work, your life's work, whether you're writing a book, whether you're being inspired by people, or or you want to inspire people, or you have these different facets where you can kind of put yourself together and attack the day, just because you're gonna get 6 solid hours of work in. And then you have your 3 meditation sessions. Your 3 meditation sessions are important because they're just overall very important because of how how stressed the climate is right now. I would say I really sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. It's kind of hilarious, but just bear with me right now. We're learning together, and we're gonna keep it pushing. Um, and then you get 3 stretching sessions and 1 meal. So the 1 meal the 1 meal policy is probably what's gonna catch me, because I'm used to kind of eating breakfast, lunch, and then dinner as well. But I think one solid meal, like you could probably get away with having a granola bar for breakfast, something very light, and then having a having a so you have a granola bar for breakfast, then you have obviously lunch. For lunch, you could probably get away with just having yogurt, something very light. So a lot of these things are oriented around having things that are very, very light and subtle. So like the 1 meal policy, I think you could probably get away with like 1 meal, one granola bar, one yogurt, and um, for dinner, obviously you would have whatever probably your mother's cooking, or uh, whatever you kind of whatever you consider dinner, because that's supposed to be your only meal of the day. Actually, let me go back to the calendar. So the calendar doesn't even tell you when to eat, but you could probably get away with eating at like 6. You could probably 6 p.m. or something like that. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. But to reel it back in conclusion, the monk mode challenge is very important. And I think I'm gonna be starting that challenge along with you guys, and we'll be pushing it together. Okay, so we'll do it together. I'll start the challenge today, and kind of track myself. I know it's gonna be there's the 1 meal policy is kind of where I'm gonna be battling myself and kind of seeing if I can get back to being fit, and then because I'm pretty fit. I'm pretty fit, averagely fit. So I don't think I've got anything too crazy going on. But ooh, but overall, this monk mode challenge is gonna be something very important. And like, if you guys could hear, you could hear my body stretching and everything. But yeah, we'll bring it back together. We'll reel it in. And yeah, thank you for watching my video today. And we will conclude by just saying thank you for watching the video again. You guys should subscribe. I'm Tala. I kind of just put my last name as the as the video. So Tala. So a little bit more context before I go. So Tala Venuf, the name of I think it's a YouTube handle. So the YouTube handle of my channel is it is a name that one of my, or a relative of mine called me Tala Enough. So that's actually my Instagram handle for a while. So that kind of became a Tala. Tala Enough um, is where I kind of got the handle from. So Tala is my last name, and you guys can kind of just call me that. And yeah. So here's the video, and thank you very much. You guys have a blessed day. Peace out.